See what I did there? Oh, jump funny. I mean, I had to do it, right? It's the Pop-Tart story. Watch it. Whew, I'm having a hot flash. Comment below. Have you ever been to Chicago? Today, we're going to talk about my quick little trip to Chicago. Yeah. I went to visit my daughter. The drive out there is pretty long, but I like to drive because then I have my own car. I don't have to go to the airport. For me to get to an airport is about 2 hours. I love to drive and I need a car. I mean, she's in a really good area. I mean, once I'm there, we kind of walk everywhere unless we want to go somewhere far. Once I arrived, we only had a few hours. We were going to Wrigley Field to see the Cubs play the Phillies. This is the first time that I was going to see a baseball game since my daughter was 7 years old. We lived out in California. We had gone to a Dodger game. And then while we lived there, I kind of became a Dodger fan, but I really don't watch a lot of baseball or really follow it that much. I'm a football fan and recently became a basketball fan. So it's either the Cowboys or it's the Mavericks because, you know, Luka. And someday the Cowboys will come back. I've been a Cowboys fan since the Tom Landry days, but that's besides the point. What I'm trying to say is I really mainly watch football, love football. Second, basketball, which I recently got into in the last 2 or 3 years. I just got over the squeaky sneakers. I couldn't watch all over the place. I'm finally adjusting to that noise. Baseball, like I said, not so much. So we go to the game.
Ice cold water here, 3 for $5. There's 7 each inside.
So we went through, we got to our seats. Of course, I took pictures of the stadium and videos of the crowd. It was so crowded. It was really cool. Live games are just so much better. The atmosphere, everybody's so excited. So we're sitting there watching the game and I noticed they call up Cody Bellinger. And I said to my daughter, he was a Dodger. And she goes, you think? I said, no, I know he was a Dodger. So she looks him up. Sure enough, he was a Dodger. He was like the first one that kind of started, making things happen. The game was not going that great. The Phillies were winning 4-1 for the longest time. And then I think they got 2 more. So it was like 6-1. And we were kind of like, it's over. I mean, people were leaving and all that. And I said, well, I want to wait till the end. You never know. Some miracle may happen. And my daughter's like, yeah, they might come back. And I said, yeah, they might come back. Bottom of the 9th. And they start coming back. But then they get struck out. But the final score was 6-4. So they made 3 home runs, bottom of the 9th. We were screaming, as you can see. We had so much fun that night. I mean, of course, we wish the Cubs won. It was a lot of fun. Since I don't have a baseball team that I follow, and this was fun, and my daughter lives in Chicago, and now she's a Cubs fan, I decided, why not? But now I'm a Cubs fan because of Bellinger. After the game, we went to the store and I'm looking around. This is what's happening in my head. I'm going to play you my head. I see that they have all these little bears on certain things. I don't understand. Why do they have little bears all over everything? You ever see Friends when Chandler says to Joey, get there faster?
Get there faster!
That was me. I am 60 years old and did not know that Cubs referred to bears. At that moment in the store, I literally went, oh my God, Chicago Bears? Chicago Cubs, Bear Cubs. I don't know what I thought Cubs were. I'm still baffled by the fact that it took me this long to make the connection. Listen, don't attack me. I'm going to go to this route and say this. English is my second language. I use that one every time something so simple does not connect. Every time somebody says to me, how did you not know that? I go, well, English is my second language. I went to school here. There's my story of figuring out that the Cubs are Bear Cubs. The next day, we had appointments to get our toesies done. But we said, let's go for brunch first in the morning, and then we'll go over and get our toesies done, make a day of it. So we walked over to Experience, right? And we had a really nice time there. Oh my God, I don't realize how much I miss her until I see her. I think I've grown accustomed to her not being around, but We lived in California together. Then she decided to move to Chicago and I moved back east. We don't see each other that much. Empty nest hit me. I was like, oh my God, I was so sad. I couldn't believe I didn't see her anymore. And I miss her, but we Zoom when we can or FaceTime and we text a lot. But then when I see her and we catch up like brunch, we were catching up on so much stuff. I realized even though we communicate so much better when you're in person talking, you know what I mean? Like that whole experience. See what I did there? I jumped funny. Okay. I had to do it, right? Our waiter's name was Arthur. I know that means nothing to you, but if I was born a boy, would have been named Arthur because my mother, when she was pregnant with me, saw 2 movies. One of them had a princess from France that was named Isabella, and the other one was King Arthur. So my dad was like, let it be a girl. In Polish, Arthur is Artur. So you can just imagine how much fun that would have been. Artur. I don't even know if there's a shortening for that. Like with Isabella, it's Isa. Artur. Artur. I don't know. Enough of Arthur. I had a nice little latte. We had some eggs. And then we walked over to get our toesies done. I enjoyed every moment with it, except that the gal that was doing my feet was so rough. Rough with the file, rough with the I was like, she's pushing my cuticle. I was just like, girl, you're killing me. When she was all done, and they massage your legs. And she starts massaging, and I swear to God, she went over my shin. I thought I saw stars. I was just like, oh. And at the time, I was looking at my daughter, and she just saw my face, and I actually pulled my leg away from her. Not my daughter, the lady that was doing me. And she looked up at me, and I said, yeah, gentle, please. Like, I'm very delicate. But anyway, they turned out nice. This is definitely going in here. I tell my daughter, send me a picture of your feet because I forgot to grab a picture of your feet so that we can put them into the video. She sends me this, and then says, gotta pay for bare feet pictures. She kills me. She actually had class that day. She goes to Second City in Chicago. I don't know if anybody knows what Second City is, but it's an improv group. It's pretty big for comedians. She used to go to Growlings in LA, so this is kind of like the sister to that, or rival, depends on who you are. She's taking sketch writing and loving it. And she has a group of friends from there that she is going through all the classes with, and they're just really, really tight, and they have a really good relationship, and I'm so glad because she's, finding her place in Chicago. I walked over and hung out by the water on a bench. I read a little bit. I enjoyed the fresh air. I took some videos. This one is of the flowers that were right there, but they face towards the area where the bike riders are, so you can kind of see the bike riders in the background. I love that. And of course, there's the boats in the harbor or coming in from the water. Lake Michigan it looks like an ocean. Like I just can't get over how big Lake Michigan is. Everybody knows but me. It's huge. It's beautiful. There's waves coming in. It looks like an ocean to me. The next day was 4th of July, and we had plans. Her boyfriend was off. She was off. We got ready for the day. We went for a little walk. We walked over to Sushi Plus Rotary Sushi Bar, a really cute place. After sushi, the plan was that we were going to go down to the beach area where we were going to ride bikes because it's a little further. I think it's like 2 miles. Turns out that the fireworks were the night before. Why? They said because they thought it was going to rain on the 4th of July. So in essence, we missed the fireworks. How? I don't know. So we wound up going to the lake. People were swimming in there. Music was playing. It was really cool. We enjoyed that. We decided let's just watch a movie. snacks. We bought snacks. We were hanging out. It was my last night there. I was going to be driving back. I found this movie, Unfrosted, Jerry Seinfeld, Melissa McCarthy, everybody from SNL. There were just so many people that were in it. I think Jerry Seinfeld directed it and also starred in it, but everybody was in it. Jerry Seinfeld, Melissa McCarthy, Amy Schumer, Hugh Grant, Sarah Cooper, Christian Slater, James Marsden, Dan Levy, Mikey Day, John Hamm, Bobby Moynihan, Fred Armisen, Kyle Mooney. I mean, right? So many people were in this movie and it was hilarious. At first I was like, oh, okay, this is going to be fun. I mean, Melissa McCarthy's in it. Okay. So I was like, let's watch it. Melissa McCarthy's in it. Unfrosted. It's the Pop-Tart story. Watch it. Tell me what you think. Comment below. Have you seen it? If you have, comment below and let me know what you thought. That pretty much sums up my trip to Chicago to see my girl. If you like this content, hit the little like button, push the little subscriber button, check out the bloopers. I'd love to know if you've ever been to Chicago. What did you like most about Chicago? What areas did you go to in Chicago? What you've seen or what you'd like to see? Have you ever been to Wrigley Field? Have you ever seen a game there? Who's your favorite team? Is it the Cubs? I'm going to head out. I'll see you next time. Hopefully there'll be more than 5 of you. If not, I'm here for it. You and me. We'll sit, we'll chat. I'll tell you some more stuff. I wish I would stop saying merch. Okay, so I don't know what to do. I don't know why everything is going off. I just wanted to shut up. So the game was great. We had a great time. I really enjoyed it. Why though? Why? Part of Chicago is, I think I'm looking at that goddamn. Woo, I'm having a hot flash. Comment below.